Hello.
Hi,
What's your name?
my name is Jen Cromarty.
Where are you from?
Originally I was from Newcastle in New South Wales where I was born, but my family moved to Geelong, Victoria when I was 2 years old, so I've been here pretty much ever since.
So when you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Yeah, I think when I was quite young in primary school I probably thought about being a teacher because both my parents were teachers, but when I got to high school I was more interested in becoming a journalist.
Right. And what are you doing now?
Well, now I'm actually the CEO of the Committee for Geelong, which is a not-for-profit organisation here in Geelong. And it's got a particular focus on representing interests for our members to government, essentially.
Where did you start, or what was your first job?
Well, my very first job was when I was at high school and I sold shoes in Geelong at a little shoe shop. So that was my first job. But when I think about my first real job, once I graduated from university, I did a Bachelor of Arts in Public Relations at RMIT. My first job was actually at the City of Greater Geelong, working in their Public Affairs unit.
And how did you get to where you are now? What was the job pathway?
So interestingly, I actually started a couple of degrees before I found the Bachelor of Arts in Public Relations. So I originally did start studying journalism and really didn't like it at all. And so I stayed with the arts field, but then decided I wanted to do fashion design, which I was studying a degree there, and that lasted 6 months. And I realised I obviously had some challenges in that field. And then I thought, no, I'll just stick to general arts, and started an arts degree at Melbourne Uni. And then a whole lot of things happened and I decided it was probably better for me to focus on a particular skill set. So I thought public relations, which I didn't really know what it was at the time, sounded like a really good fit for me. So I then transferred back to RMIT because I was there studying fashion design previously. So pathway, finally got the degree in public relations, and as I said, my first job was in local government. So from there I just worked for, I can't remember now whether it's been 20 plus years, but had my own business. I've worked for consultancies in public relations. Then I ended up deciding that I really wanted to work in government relations and advocacy, and did quite a lot of specialist work in Melbourne at agencies and also for a not-for-profit. And then when the position came up at the Committee for Geelong about 18 months ago, it was a perfect fit. So I've essentially done PR, public relations, most of my career, but now I'm more of a specialist in government relations.
What or who really helped you along the way?
I would think that I've had friends who have been, most of them actually were journalists who fell into public relations as a career. But basically they gave me advice on different things that they were doing and the work that they liked doing at the time. And then as I started my own business over a period of time, I had some clients who were, older people, generally speaking, who gave me great support and advice in terms of starting my own business and having a real sense of belief in myself. And they've become mentors over a long period of time. So I've had friends, I've had colleagues, I've had clients, a whole range of people have helped me along the way.
What did you find was a real challenge?
I think just deciding that it was okay to stop and start things. So it was okay to be a consultant, then it was okay to run my own business. It was okay to then get a job with someone else. It was okay to think about working for government, working for not-for-profit. And I think public relations as a career is very flexible. So I've probably not put too much pressure on myself. So when it was actually... when you start thinking about what it is that you want to do with your career, I think you just need to think about whether you're not narrowing your focus too much. I wouldn't say there's been particular challenges. It's just been more about saying just take it easy a little bit when you start thinking about what it is you really want to do and follow what it is that you enjoy. I think if there was any challenge, it really would be finding people that you really enjoy working with and stick with that.
If you had advice for your 16-year-old self now, what would it be?
Again, it would be just don't sweat the small stuff. Don't worry about having some sort of big career path because things change and things continually change, particularly with what's happening in the world at the moment. Yes, have a simple plan if that's what you want to do, but think about what you enjoy. And when I was 16, I think I felt there weren't that many options. And maybe that's because I'm old, and back then maybe there wasn't the sort of jobs that there are now. But I think it's basically saying, don't worry, enjoy school, follow what it is you enjoy, whether you want to do, university or some other kind of study, and have a go.
Well, thank you. That's everything for today.
Thank you.